The New York Jets take on the Detroit Lions this Sunday in a big game from MetLife Stadium, and I've got my 5 bold predictions for the game. Let's talk about them. Well, welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Watt2K99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. If it's your first time watching, thank you very much. Thumbs up and a little click on that subscribe button would be very much appreciated. I've got a goal to get to 400 subscribers by the end of December. We're still a little ways away from that, so I appreciate your support very much. So let's talk bold predictions. First, we're going to talk about the predictions we made last week for the Jets game against the Bills, and then we're going to talk the 5 predictions for the game this Sunday against the red-hot Detroit Lions. Now, last week we predicted Mike White would throw 2 interceptions. He did not throw a single interception in the game. I said Corey Davis would have at least 60 yards receiving and a touchdown. He had 15 yards on a beautiful catch, and of course he got a concussion, so we'll never know what could have happened. But I'm willing to bet if he had stayed in the game, he'd have had a lot more than just 15 mere yards. Number 3, I said the Bills would have 8 or more catches from their running backs. That did not go well. They only had 3. I said the Jets would get their first defensive touchdown. Did not happen. I said the Jets and Bills would be separated by 3 or 4 points at halftime. No, Bills were up by 7. 0 for 5. Not so good. So we're going to try this again. You know what? I'm going to stick with this one prediction until it actually happens. The Jets have still not had a single defensive touchdown all year. It's got to happen one of these weeks. It just has to happen. I'm going to predict it happens, and you know what? I'm going to keep predicting it every week until it happens. So I'm going to say that the Jets get a touchdown on defense this week against Detroit. I'm going to say dandreswift has at least 75 total yards. Now, that may not sound like the craziest prediction, but you know what? He's only had 75 yards in a game combined one time since the month of September. He has not been used that much, but I think this could be a game where his speed can give the Jets linebackers and safeties a little bit of coverage. So I am a little bit worried about Swift. I will predict that JamaalWilliams will not score a rushing touchdown. That's prediction number 3. Now, he's got 14 rushing touchdowns. That is a league high. I don't know how many people out there predicted at the beginning of the year JamaalWilliams would lead the NFL in rushing touchdowns. But that is a huge reason why the Jets defense cannot have a bend-but-don't-break attitude. They have to take advantage of their opportunities. If that means blitzing now and then, especially if Quinnen Williams doesn't play, do that. But you've got to keep the Lions outside of the 20-yard line because once Williams gets going, he's very difficult to stop. But I think the Jets will be able to do that, and I'm going to say Williams does not score in this game. I also predict the Jets are going to get 1 sack or less in this game. The Lions have a monstrous offensive line with Taylor Decker and Penny Sewell at tackle. They've got a very good interior offensive line as well, led by Frank Ragnow. Jonah Jackson's very good as well. I think it's going to be very difficult for the Jets to actually sack Jared Goff. Now, they might put some pressure on him. They might hit him a few times. But in terms of getting an actual sack, I'm going to say they get 1 or less in the game. And finally, my 5th prediction, I'm going to say the Jets are going to score 3 touchdowns in this game, but none of them will be passing. I'm going to say it's going to be 2 on the ground and 1 on defense. All right, so those are my 5 bold predictions. As far as the final score goes, you know, earlier this week, I was thinking it was going to be a very high-scoring game. I was thinking at least 50 combined points. But the more I hear about the cold weather and whatnot, I just got this feeling that it's going to be a little bit more defensive focused than what I had imagined. I still think both teams are going to be able to put up quite a few touchdowns. I like both offenses. The Lions' secondary in particular is not very good. I think that Mike White can definitely throw the ball. I really hope Corey Davis is able to come back because that'll be a big help for this Jets team. I think it's going to be a very close back and forth game with a couple of lead changes. But at the end of the day, I'm picking the Jets to win this game, and my final score is Jets 27, Lions 23. Well, I want to hear what you all think. What are your score predictions? Put them in the comments below. Any particular players who you think might have a big game? Jets or Lions? Offense, defense, special teams? I want to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.